Alright guys, this one is going to be focused on a few things. Um, One of them is going to end up being iPoppy, which I find it weird that he named himself iDaddy, because I'm pretty sure that's what Poppy means. Poppy, I don't know. I'm not multilingual, or not bilingual, so there's that. Alright, we have this thing coming up, and this thing. This will be the first time I've done either one of them. So I'm not too sure about them. All I know is that there's combat that's going to be happening. So there are basically three main things that help you with combat, and we're going to be starting off with what I consider the most important one, the one that you can constantly improve, and that is going to be tech. And this little building that looks like as it should, a research module for a freaking desert planet, which is what you're on, a Mars planet. It's Tech Center. This one right here is the one, if you're wanting to improve combat, should be focused on. Through it, you can improve troop attack, your troop defense, training speed, pretty much training speed, and then it eventually gets up to individual units attack. Because these right here focus on every unit, while as these focus on just the aircraft, just the infantry, and just the tanks. Same with these, which is where I'm at right now. This one, Destructive Might Boost, pretty much increases the damage done to whatever you're attacking. So the city itself, if you attack a city, you have an increase in destructive might. Now what basically means is, on any location you attack, and I actually can showcase it here, is going to have health. So if you deal with the troops inside the city and you get to the city itself, you do damage, more damage than if the troops were there, to the actual city. And this increases the degradation, the amount that you take off of that health, by 5%. I've not started to get to this tech yet, so I don't know if that changes. Most likely it doesn't, because I don't think any of these have changed. These might have. But this entire tech is pretty much going to increase the attack, defense, and there's that siege defense thing again. So if you're attacking a location, this tech improves your defense in siege defenses, meaning the location itself that you're attacking gets an increase. Outside of a siege defense, outside of attacking an actual location instead of somebody's tank, somebody's troops directly, these two techs right here will not come into play. These three techs right here won't come into play. So these four techs right here do not have an effect until you're actually attacking somebody's structure. And you would think this entire tech tree is fast to get through. It's not. I've been constantly working on this forever. For Okay, in retrospect, once I get this done, it'll seem like it's fast, but right now it seems like I've been working on this too darn long. This is pretty much straightforward. The tech tree for combat is pretty straightforward. Just, if you're looking to improve your combat effectiveness, focus on this one. On this one especially. This is for the event. I haven't focused much on it because the requirements are heavy. And I don't know if it sticks around yet when the event is not in occurrence. Event King. Oh, that's nice. Guess I should have paid more more attention to this one. Okay, the next one that I consider important is tanks themselves. As well as the factories. So there's two parts to this one. Your garages, leveling them up, will have an increase in troop attack and troop defense. On all of them. Throughout the levels, it increases one of them each time. So if it's an odd number, it increases troop attack. If it's an even number level, it increases troop defense. It bounces back and forth between the two, all the way up to level 100, where you get a plus 50 bonus. Level 100 is going to take some time, especially for me, because I keep running into the issue of having to upgrade this thing, as well as... Is it that one? Or is it the plasma? It's this one, because that's the one I have most leveled up. I don't focus too much on these, because I don't get those. I bought them a while. An Alliance Hall is pretty easy to build up, but I haven't been focusing on it, because actually it's... Yeah, I stupidly placed it right there. Somehow, it being right there behind my HQ, I always forget it exists. Now, aircraft factory, the factories themselves are important because they have a training cap for each troop. And with each level that you give, you increase the training cap. And it's pretty constant after a certain level. So after you hit level 50, the training cap stays the same. I'm going to go ahead and assume that the training speed itself, however, does not stay the same. And for one reason. This thing. There are multiple tiers of troops. And these are going to take different training times. For example, my training time for this is about 6 hours. My training time for that, I think it was 5. It was 5 hours, 40 some minutes. This, back when my tech for training speed wasn't so great, I was sitting at about 4 hours and 30 some minutes. I can't tell you how fast I get through this now. It seemed like forever when I first started the game. How long they took. So the problem that I run into with these, and I've not really ran into it yet, but I'm getting close. There is a unit limit cap, meaning you have a max amount of troops that you can have. And the problem is a lot of people don't want to promote troops. You see that green arrow on these four? That because I have level 5 or tier 5 unlocked, I'm able to promote all of my previous tier units. I recommend do not do that. It is always better to get more troops than it is to promote troops. Only when you hit that level cap or the troop amount cap do you want to start promoting, because you're going to hit a wall of maximum number of troops. You cannot train anymore. You're going to be forced to promote, because that takes your existing number of troops and gives them more strength in combat. It takes the attack, defense, HP, speed, and load. And if there's a difference in any of those in a higher tier, it's going to make the tier 4 troops have the tier 5, because they no longer are the T4. They're the T5 now. So if I promoted all of the 981 troops and added them to the 37 tier 5, I now have 1,018 tier 5 troops. Somebody check my math on that. I'm sleep deprived and not all here. Military wise, that's effective in improving your strength, because your tanks, which are promoted through your garage, and your troops all play a role in the combat. Taking it a step further, you can increase this thing, which increases the benefits of your gun, body, tracks, and windshield level. They all have a part to play in combat as well. Tracks themselves don't really play out in combat. They will help out with your actual march speed. So if you have an enemy that you're facing and they're slower than you, you'll catch up. But if their troop speed is faster, they're actually able to move around and catch you. And for some of the more strategic players, they will do that. They will wait for your troops to be somewhere they know that they can face them and take them on, and then they'll just send out their troops, because they know strategically they have an advantage somewhere. They're going to wait for that advantage. So increasing tracks is good. Obviously, body only increases load at the moment. I don't know later on if it increases. Yeah, body just extends load. So body is not really going to do much except for gathering. Just like tracks will help out, but they also help out with march speed, because they're tracks, they move the tank around. But gun and windshield is primarily where your combat effectiveness, I can't talk, is going to come from. The next thing is the heroes that you assign. Obviously, the stronger heroes are going to be assigned to the stronger tank. And if you're like me, you do it in order. You improve the first tank. You improve tank 1 first. And then you improve tank 2. And tank 3 is always, for me at least, going to be a gathering tank. It doesn't matter what level it is. It doesn't matter what heroes I have assigned to it. If I send a tank out for gathering, the system's automatically going to set heroes for it that gather, no matter what I do. Unless I go in and edit the heroes themselves before I send it out. But the game system is going to assign heroes that promote gathering above anything else. The game actually helps you out in that regard. And that was the third thing, was heroes. They all have their combat effectiveness. I recently got this guy. I saved up a whole crap ton of XP to get him leveled up to level 50, and I got irritated when I hit level 50 because I couldn't break through because I ran a gold. I'm running into a gold issue. Dwayne himself helps you with troop training. reducing training consumption. And he gives you for 50 mercenaries for free in the gear factory, tank plant, and aircraft factory. So for each factory you have, for each one of the 3 things you have to get troops, per his level, he gives you a set number of troops for each of them. So right now I'm set at 50. Every day I collect 150 troops because of him. If I ranked him up, I get to 60, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, and yeah, it's just like every other hero who you rank up. Compared to who's closest, May, 257, 250, 210. Oh yeah, he's got a huge increase. 35, 24. Yeah, so he's even better at combat than Phoebe, which is my highest rank. How about Cypher? Cypher's better. She's a mafia. Oh, she's part of the mafia. They're good at combat. They break the laws that this guy is forced to follow. Damage factor, deals skill damage to the target, damage factor 450, opens up an energy shield, absorbing massive energy. You know those tanks you see on the map that have that shield that pops up sometimes, and you're like, why doesn't my tank do that? It's because of this guy. The shield factor increases the defensive capability for 180%. For 3 seconds, that shield absorbs 180% of the damage. So you still receive damage, you just don't receive as much. So this number is confusing because the calculation makes you think it absorbs over 100% of it. It doesn't. The way the game is going to calculate this, it's going to not do the 100% part. It's just going to do the 80% part. So if you receive 100 damage and your shield hits it, takes it, you receive 20 damage because it's absorbing 80% of it. Don't quote me on that. I haven't gone deep into the actual equations of the game. I wish I had them right in front of me so I could work them out. Just don't quote me on that. Same thing with the damage factor. Okay, so the damage factor itself activates the shield. Opens up an energy shield. Would you stop popping up so I can read that? Deals skill damage to the target, damage factor 450. Opens up an energy shield, absorbing massive damage. Okay, these are 2 separate things. The skill damage to the target, damage factor 450. When his skill activates, he does damage to it. So the same time this shield activates, he's increasing the amount of damage that goes towards the enemy. That's the thing we talked about. Damage dealt in combat. Shield effects provided by EM shield offer 8% increased damage to our side. Every time the shield activates, there is a either every time the shield activates or it's constant. There's an 8% increase of okay, sorry, Discord. Every time the shield activates, there's a damage increase in combat. Or it's just constant and it's constantly there, is what I'm trying to say. Extends unit training cap of gear factory, tank plant, and aircraft factory by 16 respectively, and reduces coin consumption for unit training by 4%. Okay, so that's nice to know. Oh yeah, because I was in the rally for that, so I get the points for arms race. So this guy increases unit training cap, which was shown right here, by 16. He's a captain in rank right now, so the cap is set at 16 increase, and it goes up to 30. Coin consumption's reduced. I don't remember what I'm paying for. I don't focus on the amount of coins that it takes because I'm constantly gathering for everything. And troops is one of the main things that I constantly keep going. So I don't really care about the gold price. I just keep it going. Since I'm gathering anyway to keep up with other stuff, I don't focus on the price I'm paying. Kind of like the US, the United States of America, not caring about their military budget. Okay, so military side of things, keep these upgraded as best you can. I know it's difficult because of the gear amount that's required. I'm saving up my gears. Don't know why anymore because I'm not really focused on the tech that requires gears. I'm just focused on my actual stuff. So that's basically what you need to focus on for the combat effectiveness. There are some other things that you should focus on, which is your decorations. Every so often, every day, you'll get this thing lighting up telling you to collect one. It'll say free in 10, it's free in a certain amount of time or free, and then you just go down here and hit this little get it button. This will obviously change and say free. Just click it, tap it. What else can I point out? Military Center is going to increase your cap, which is something I'm running into because honestly, I'm having trouble getting these things right now. I'm not on as much that I want to be. I've got too much stuff going on. What's going on? Alright, so one thing I'm going to focus on, and in a lot of games like this, you're going to find people that amuse you. If you're like me, I get easily amused when my tanks were dealing with things. Like we just went ahead and did this rune. All 3 of my tanks were here. And I was extra focused on it because I forgot to build a subway. I know it's only 60 kilometers, 64 kilometers, kilometers. I don't know the actual distance. It's a video game. I'm from the US. We have not adopted the metric system. You could put that in yards and I'd better understand, which is 3 meters. Oh, wait, it's 3 meters. Okay. So, kilometers. Let's just say kilometers. Where was I? 64 kilometers. So because it's a kilo, that's 1,000? That's 3 meters. Is that 3,000 meters? You see, this is why we did not adopt the metric system. We don't understand it. And I'm tired, so I'm not really doing math. I said math with an A. Oh great, now people think I do drugs. I used to take medication for my ADHD. I think I got a placebo though because I didn't change. Oh, look at that. Okay, special shout out to ICE. They are putting in the work. I really like the fact that they are gathered as much as they are. And in combination, they are very patient. We did a level 4, we took it out started at 8. I think it took us 3.5 hours. They're still going. I don't know when they started. I think they started an hour after us. They're still going, and I like that they did. I'm going to send my baby tank. After that, I got to take gold. Okay, so like I said, there's a thing about combat. So I'm not going to use my main tank because it's defending the ruin. And I should be able to zoom out and find... That's a worm, that's a worm, that's a Mars creature. Wow, there is just nobody. There's gold. Haha. Oh, that's caught. I can't attack someone in another alliance because we're trying to stay on friendly terms with everybody. And honestly, I approve of that because I don't like fighting. Especially because in my line of work, I've been in actual real fights. Sometimes on a weekly or daily basis, sometimes. It just gets annoying at some point, and I'm not going to go into what I do for a living, but because of the area I think that I live, I'm pretty sure it's the area I live in, very rarely do people win. Like, you can try, I'm still going to take you. You're still going to go for a ride, and I just gave away what I did. Okay, so I got him. And we're going to sit here, because I need to showcase this until my tank shows up. He's got a CP of 192. My CP is 1.5 million. The CP of the tank that I'm sending him, 486. It's a bit of a fair fight, you'd think, but no. I know by his CP he's a dead account, or he literally just got hit by something and he's recovering. But because he's not an alliance, it helps me make the assumption he's in a dead account. So I've got tier 5 tanks. Tier 5 troops. And here's another thing. These silver ones are your mercenaries. They are the troops that Dwayne gives you. These are your actual troops with the brownish gold, the copper surrounding their emblem. These are your actual troops. I'm surprised that I still have... Oh wait, no, is this tank... This is tank 3? Nah, this is tank 2. Yeah, so yeah, there's no surprise actually there that tier 4 is in tank 2. Yeah, we're gonna stand here. And while we wait the 7.5 minutes for me to showcase what I was talking about when it comes to structure health. We're gonna go off and show this guy. He specifically changed that to do something like he was trying to offend our... I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do, but I think he was trying to offend our entire alliance, which honestly, he amuses me. He does. And for one reason, I am hugely amused I forgot who. Oh yeah, that maybe was in response to a comment that I accidentally made in World Chat instead of Alliance Chat. We were talking about him. He has constantly asked us if he can join because in his, I guess in his alliance, he's not seeing the activity he wants. I say stuff like this just to keep people like him going. They will talk without much prompt from you. You just got to keep dropping one little thing. And the thing that got me that about him was he glanced at my image. I'm a fox. Foxes don't bark. They're not dogs. I'm not quite sure what he meant by Trump, of the Trump part of Trump dog. I immediately thought of former President Trump with the orange hair, which, to be fair, I guess that fox could be named Trump with its Cheeto freaking coat. You're gonna run into people like this. I like it when they pop up, especially when they initiate the conversation. Don't provoke. Okay, well, you initiated the chat, so I have no idea what I was trying to prove here. But like I said, I like to keep people like this going. So I become immature a little bit. Calling the kettle black. That's interesting, given that your black comment later on after this one was not in this chat. About racial prejudice. It was a racist view. I don't think that guy's actually black. Maybe he is. I don't know. He could be. This one amuses me because we have actual evidence in the chat. Somebody grabbed a screenshot of him begging to join the alliance. Come on, it's amusing to me. Hoof and mouth disease. Can horses actually stick their hooves in their mouths? Like, I know they can bend their neck down and they can raise their hoof up, but the way the legs and the neck and head work, can they even lick their hooves? I don't know. I've not been around the horses very much. You're a DDD. What's a DDD? Somebody Google that and tell me. I have no idea who said this. The closest I found to it was Under Siege by Steven Seagal, with Steven Seagal in it. This part, all I could get was a song off Google. I don't know. This is monkey see, monkey hear, monkey say, and then I assume at this point he was puckering his lips, because those honestly look thicker. Those look thicker than those. So he could have been puckering his lips for a kiss. Especially since he started this off by saying maybe with a winky face kiss. Yeah, and foxes don't bark. Okay, so okay. Where is he? Where is he? what I say in the world chat is not my actual life. In games like this, I do not like to reveal things, and I'll be very... In world chat, I will not reveal actual facts about myself. In Alliance chat, I'll reveal stuff. I've already told the Alliance leader my profession, so I do actually tell the truth to certain people, but you got to be careful on the internet. I've seen so many people easily get into chat rooms or text chats, text chains, text messages, text everything with people younger than them and get in trouble. In fact, last week there was a person messaging a 10-year-old. I don't understand the whole thing of going for people young. Then again, I don't understand going for people older than you either. There's a two-way street sometimes on the people that I see committing these offenses. Like, yeah, it's illegal, but your kid was also stupid enough to freaking let it happen. Like, they were all for it. There it is. Hope they got the message. I mean, I know people like black men, but come on. That is a quote. I am quoting somebody. And my response to that was, personally, I go for Asians. Married one, in fact. Guess you go for the white gals with big booty. You seem like the very basic type. I do not mean anything offensive by that. I just love keeping these guys going. And I don't think at this point, I stopped, honestly. Because I don't think he could see me anymore. I think he blocked me. What was that response to? Oh yeah, now get out of my DM. He said, now get out of my DMs, not interested. I still think that's just funny. Sai, you're 2 million against my 4.1 million. You did pretty good damage. I'm not gonna lie. I was concerned there for a minute. Like, am I gonna drop below 1 million? And I dropped to 1.1 million in that fight. Where was I at on this one? Let's go on to probably this profile picture. Hold up, did Lewis XY just call out Poppy? Pappy? No, that's what I'm gonna call him now, is Poppy. This profile picture. This profile. Okay, so he's saying that, or he's laughing at the profile picture that Poppy put up. Yes, internet did ruin dating. Yeah. He didn't respond to that, so I assumed he blocked me. Okay, so I'm gonna collect that real quick. This right here, I think shows this right here. I think shows how young our server is, our planet. Because we're still on the 45. We're still hitting the 45 congratulation marks. Oh, there's a whole lot of combat I could show you over here now. Okay, so the destructive tech. What anything means by destroying, doing increasing damage. To cancel. I forgot what it was called. Demolition crew. Destructive might boost. Plus 5%. What this does is increase your ability to take this, your tank, and we're only using tank 2 because my tank 1 is defending the rune. Cancel. Yeah, Hardwex is not in. That. It increases your ability to reduce that health bar. So if I would keep attacking, I could greatly destroy that. It went down a pretty heavy amount already. And you know what? I'm just gonna do this. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do that. Combat tech is important. You can probably neglect it for a little bit, but as someone who's playing a war game and wants to be prepared for the first ever combat that we face coming up, see how fast that went down? The tech that I showed you can increase the amount that goes down at every time. Let's check out the reports. That right there, durability. I got rid of 3001. If I increase that tech, that number is going to be greater. And not only is the tech going to increase that, oh hey, look at that. Yeah, those are dead accounts. Pancakes. Pay 10. Aw, almost sounds like 1010 from Naruto. I don't know why that popped in my head. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one back. There's not much over here. The other thing I want to show off is one of the things I think is obvious. I'm having trouble getting sapphires. A lot of things give you gems. These guys. These guys. Even these guys give you gems. And a lot of things that do give you gems. Report. Jungle. I didn't initiate this rally. MC8 looks like he initiated this rally. Yeah, MC8 initiated the rally. And you can always tell by these reports because auto rally pretty much lets you join with one unit. No more, no less. Later on, maybe we'll be able to join with more, but right now, pretty much one unit is all you need to join a rally. So if you're looking at a report and see that somebody's rally has more than one unit, they initiated the rally. They're the ones that pretty much are doing the fighting. You're just along for the ride, gathering the spoils of war. Sandlords give crystal chests. There's plenty of opportunities to get crystals. And chips, data chips. You can actually make those. You cannot make the freaking gems. I wish you could. They'd probably take forever to make, but I would gladly make them. You can make the chips. Honestly, I've been waiting to construct things so long, so... What are you yelling at me for? Rune Crest, Alliance ranking. Despite my tank being high level and my heroes being level 50, all gold, all 5 of them, I never break the 1 million mark. MCA seems to be doing really great on that. And I think the problem is that I don't initiate the attack with the rune guards defending. I don't initiate first like everybody else, so their damage hits before mine every single time. Okay, so combat effectiveness. Focus on your 6 military buildings right here. Your unit cap, obviously. If you ever need to scout, at this point, this early juncture, don't really need the scouting thing. It is something I recommend that you do upgrade, because I recommend always upgrading everything you can. And with this thing only taking stone and wood as a requirement, it's a good idea. Marching camp is going to increase training speed. For each level, it's going to increase. And it does not top out until level 100. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and load that up. That's another good practice to have. If you're wanting to focus on upgrading certain sets of buildings, load them up so you don't use the resources for something else. Like with wood, that was a mistake. Was it a mistake? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You're at 40, which is where I want you at. Another thing that does help out with combat is this guild bounty building with the bounty board. This right here, all of this helps you level up. Not only level up your heroes, because I can send... dang it, wrong button. I can send any of the heroes, and each bounty will have requirements. Like I'll have to add 2 of the mafia people. In one, I'll have to add in a freaking fanatic with the mafia person, or I'll have to add a federal guard and a mafia and a fanatic. And not only do they help with the XP, the bounties, they also give you stars. Like the reason she's star 3 is because I constantly used her in bounties. And the great thing about the 3s is they are very easy to star up. So if you have a bounty that has a requirement for 5 stars, but the heroes that it's trying to tell you to use, for example, this one right here, it tells me I have to use, I think this one said 5 stars actually. And then it told me to use a Federal Guard, Mafia, and Fanatic. I was having trouble figuring out the Fanatic because I think I used all my other Fanatics that I could use, that I wanted to rank up in stars, that had the stars on these other 3. So, Lima, better name? Lima? For somebody that I focus on a lot, I don't know her name. Lima, the Exports Fan Fanatic. She's my go-to now, because I constantly have her fill the star requirement. especially since my gold characters, my orange characters, my orange heroes, not very good on the stars. So the bounties will actually give you word. Choose a poor choice to click on. Ooh, I'm sorry. They will actually give you the medals for the hero. And each bounty is different. They're gonna change up in requirements. You're gonna be changing which heroes go where. But you can always just focus on which ones you want. You bug me. I can't click on you yet. Well, I mean, I can click on you. I just can't hit this button. And pretty soon we're going to have to be boxing up all these buildings again. It's going to be irritating because I do not like not clicking on my buildings. What does I need to make? You? Okay, so that was pretty much it for combat effectiveness. Like I said, focus on the text, focus on these 6 buildings, the Martian camp, and to increase the amount of troops you can have, military center. Also, decorations are something you should keep in mind. You're going to get one free every day. I've been neglecting these. Not as much as some of the buildings, but I have. We've not been combat tested yet. I highly expect to have this filled up. And oh, I lost a tag. But yeah, I highly expect to have that filled up on our first combat, and once I hit the maximum troop amount that these things can hold that are wounded, that means I'll lose troops because they cannot be healed. So the game's gonna be like, bye. I no longer have those. Okay, and I think I'm gonna end it here. As always, guys, anything you want explained, anything you're confused about, anything you're not sure of, ask me. I'll do a video on it. Oh, heck no. I think I'm going to save the citrine gems. I think that's what they're called. The gold ones. You know what? Give me something else to do. Bank. Yeah, we'll do bank. I like banks. I think the ones in real life steal money, but I like banks. I'm not bragging. I'm honestly surprised. And for a reason. I have never been in the alliance that is ranked first. For a while, KIA was giving us trouble keeping us in second position. I've always been in alliances that hang around either 8 or 9. There was one alliance I was in that hung around 7 and 6. We battled with another alliance for that position. We had good fun with it on that one, honestly, because every event we were pretty much paired up with each other. Everybody, it was a very understanding server, understanding agreement between the top 10. In that game, we were pretty much the go-to competing alliance. Like, nobody else competed for the position. They were just, okay, we changed in rank again. Sweet, we're still in the top 10. Sweet. And any other alliance that I've ever been in, I've always been beneath the top 10. This is actually the first game I've played where being rank 1 is us. So I'm still kind of surprised by it. I keep looking at it like, is this really real? Okay, so we're hitting the hour mark. I try to keep these videos as short as possible. So, gyms obviously is what you're going to run into in keeping these things going. Your energy is going to be a problem trying to do that because the things that give you gyms require energy. So, constantly go in to claim her because I just thought about it and forgot that she existed. Constantly go in every day and claim her if you have Cypher. It gives you energy. These I'm trying to save now because attacking structures, attacking people's cities requires energy. And we have a combat event going up. I don't think that I'm going to be... Readiness. Yeah, that's what I'm going to type. I don't think we're going to be 57 minutes, dang it. I don't think we're going to be forced to attack actual people's actual cities. We have an agreement for a TVT area, tank versus tank, and we have rules set for it. Everybody seems to be on board, pending any surprises from anyone. Everybody's pretty much in agreement that attacking cities is not allowed, with one exception. Per rules, if you break the rules, your city gets raided because you basically are bullying other players with your strategy to gain points for events. That's not what we want to see. We want to see everybody have a good time. We want to see everybody gain points and have fun doing it. So the agreement is pretty much just put your tank out there next to your subway and find or wait for somebody to attack. I'm going to wait for somebody to attack. I'm not going to pick on the smaller guys because, like I said, we're rank 1. There's quite a few people who are more powerful than me, but I'm not going to jump in and find somebody to attack that's weaker than me because a lot of people are weaker than me. I don't like being the stronger person until I am forced to actually defend somebody. Then I'm just like, hey, I got this weight. I'm going to throw it around, so fight me. I don't like bullies. I don't know why I always do this, like click around and look for something. I know that I've got nothing to do for at least, for at least an hour. Actually, for at least 21 minutes. 25 minutes. 20. Math. Tired. Can't do it. Okay, so we hit the hour mark. I'm going to end this. And I started with a picture of a tech building. So, Not using those until next event. Okay. So yeah, focus on your combat tech. Especially if you're like me and you want to focus and be prepared on combat. As the warlord of our alliance, I kind of have to be. It's expected of me, and I'm trying to be a good warlord. I'm trying. Don't hate me. I'm all for peace.